Hey, everybody. Welcome to N-Side GameChat. Uh, I'm your host, Jared, and with my co host.
Hey guys, how are you today? We have made it to episode 5, I guess, right? Yeah.
Hey, that's a record. Hey, and
Yeah.
we're at 20 subscribers too on YouTube.
All
Now,
right,
if we can
that's
get some of
awesome.
those subscribers to follow our new Twitter
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah,
and
we
our
got a new
brand new
account.
emblem.
I'll retweet that tonight. Make sure everybody follows that account. I want all my 550 followers to follow that
Yeah, he's
account.
got more followers than me. I guess I'm just not as cool as him. I'm just
Like,
kidding.
I'm not bragging about it. And by the way, it's for some reason I don't know what happens on Twitter. Like sometimes my followers go like way up high, like I go like 100 up, and then they just stay still forever. It's just like I've been on that 550 mark for I guess a month now, or maybe more, longer. I guess now, to be honest, it's weird.
Well,
But I
maybe
got
I can catch up to him.
it. All right, let's go, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since we've done our little intro, and I mentioned our Twitter, which is Inside Game Chat on Twitter. I think it's could be an underscore. It's an underscore. Yeah, it's an underscore after the end. But anyway,
All right.
so what have you been playing this week, Dower?
To be honest, since I completed Suicide Squad, it was just a mixed game. In my opinion, at best, it's like a 7 out of 10. Since then, I haven't found a game that I want to, continue or like just keep on playing. But I did stumble upon Crash Bandicoot. It's about time, and it's actually fun. It's not bad. It's not my type of a game, to be honest, but it's kind of easy. I mean, when I say easy, but like it's kind of easy to get into it. But sometimes it does get challenging. But it's still fun. It's still fun to play around. And our guy Trey's not here today, but like he recommended me to grab the 2K24 because he said it was really good. It's better than the last one. I'll give him that, but it's still not. Well, it's just
It's
too.
not. It's not what you were
It's
looking for.
okay. It's just another NBA game. I don't know what Trey was. I mean, maybe he plays with his friends. I guess maybe that's why he enjoys it. But in my opinion, if you're just playing by yourself, I don't know, man.
He
It's
eats,
just
sleeps sports games. Like he gets the same way about
no. I
Madden.
mean, yeah, I
So
get it, but they're not the same as good as they used to be, man. I'm telling you. And then what the other thing with that game? I'm sorry if I'm going too long, but
no,
it
you
just
no,
really
keep
freaked
going.
me
You're
out. I
good.
mean, good thing I got it on sale, but like I was still upset because I had to uninstall so many games because of that because it's like 160 gigabytes. I'm like, God, you guys are not adding anything new, but it's just 160 gigabytes. I'm like, so I'm probably
Yeah,
gonna uninstall that tonight and then just I don't know, maybe just continue with Crash Bandicoot. I guess.
I've
Yeah,
been thinking about getting a another expansion card. Go up to the 2 terabyte. Yeah, it's $400,
it's too
but
expensive on Xbox though.
yeah. But anyway, as for me, pretty much just Fortnite. Honestly, I've been under the weather all week, so I ended up binge watching stuff on Netflix.
Gotcha. What are you watching though?
Let's see, I just finished Tacoma PD,
Okay.
and I found something on Hulu tonight. Still not dead. Probably will go back to it after we're done with recording because, like I said, I'm still a little bit under the weather. It's it's
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
it's my yearly cold. I get a cold every year.
Yeah.
Never know when it's coming, but I get one cold. I got my cold.
Yeah. I mean, I've been getting a cold in the winter time for a while, but I got it this week. I don't know, maybe it's just so coincidentally happened to both of us. It's so weird. But yeah, it just kind of ruined my whole weekend to be honest. Like when you're sick, you just don't enjoy stuff. So yeah, whatever.
Uh,
Anyways, hopefully it'll be better by next week.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And I got in about in maybe 2 hours of gameplay of Grand Blue, which I know I'm going to enjoy.
Okay.
It is a traditional hack and slash JRPG, cartoonish
Um, uh,
graphics. I mean, it is as generic as can be, which I'm happy with. And
gotcha. No, I read just one of my really cool a really good friend. He's not a, I mean, close. He's actually a friend. I'm just gonna say it. He's a cool follower of mine. We've been following each other since like 4 or 5 years now. He's a big PlayStation and JRPG guy, and he says that the boss fights in this game like are like really well done. I mean, it's not Final Fantasy 16, but it's close right there. So Yeah. So it's kind of, and it's also a fighting game too, or is it's a separate fighting game?
No,
Like there are two
there's
types?
a separate, there's in fact two. One that
Okay, okay.
is actually doing the Killer Instinct model getting ready to come out. If you're
Okay.
familiar with Killer Instinct, how you can play the base game for free, and you get a rotating. It might be. I think it's three characters now because there's 30 some characters, but three rotating
Okay.
characters you can play every week. Um,
Have you tried that, the fighting game yourself?
yes, I have it
Yeah.
on PlayStation. The one, not the new free to play one. That one's yet to come, but it's pretty much the same game as the one that came out a few years ago, and it has like 40 characters. A couple years ago, it's just Grand Blue versus, and it's actually a pretty good fighter. I mean, I wish I had more people to play with it. I mean, I've actually been thinking about as we grow, maybe having a couple community nights if people want to just make some
Yeah,
friendships with
yeah.
us, and we can do a fighting game night, Halo night. Once again,
Yeah, that'd
Halo
be fun,
night.
man.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since I don't know. I want to play Halo again, man. Like I did try the campaign last week for I mean I started replaying it the first game, Combat Evolved. And it just like hit me so well, man. Like it's just like every time when I start that game, I'm just like in awe, like how they did this stuff back in the day. It just blows my mind every time.
Have you ever done an Easter egg run where you go after Easter eggs?
I might try to do. Thanks for giving me an idea. I've never done that before, but I might do it this time. Thanks for that idea. Like I want to play that game for anything to just keep me going. But the thing is, just I need to find time
Yeah,
and good help.
that's why you go by mission. That's what I did. Um, like a good one, and me and you could probably co-op it. We could do the first level of Halo 3. There's like 10 Easter eggs in that first level.
In first level, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
and every
gotcha.
time you find one of them, you get an achievement.
Let's do it, man. I'm looking for my achievement. I'm actually at 74,000 now. I need one more 1,000 points, so I get to 75K. I don't know, it's nothing like huge, but still, I
Hey,
want
hey,
that
hey,
three
that's good. Like
75.
if you want to get some achievements, go for it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I want to get 75K.
I'm just a low mid scale guy. I'm at 450,000. Well,
No, no,
twenty-five
yeah.
thousand.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have the followers. You can have the gamer scores. That's how it works.
Yeah, but I've worked on that for a very long time.
Gotcha.
I've
All
been
right.
trying to find a copy of King Kong because it's backwards compatible, but you can't.
What was the 360 game?
It's a 360 game, um, and it was. I don't think it was ever available digital, but it is
Okay.
backwards compatible. So if I can find me a copy, and it's actually I
Mhm.
heard a really good game. I've always wanted to try it. It's a good first person shooter, and all you got to do is just play through the whole game, and you get 1,000 gamer score.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that hard or difficult?
No, it's but it's one of the best movie tie-in games ever made. That
So you just get one achievement, and that's 1,000 point achievement. Is
no,
that
no, no.
what you
You just
said?
every level. There's like 12 total,
Oh,
but it's
oh,
like
okay,
you
okay.
beat the whole game, you get all the achievements.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Like, and
Ah, yeah.
technically, the way it works, if I remember correctly, you beat the game, and then a secret level pops up where you play as King Kong, and you beat that level, and then you have everything.
Sure. Gotcha. Gotcha.
So,
All right. Cool. Yeah. I've never actually fully completed any game when it comes to achievement. The closest I got was two games. Scars Above, the one I mentioned a couple weeks ago that you should try. And then it was a superhero game with Kevin Hart's voice, like the dog, the superhero dog or something. I don't know what they were
I
called, but it
can't.
was like a Justice League character game. I'll look it up. I'll let you know. But it was free to play, so yeah, that was that.
Well, I mean, hey, there's all kinds out there, like the little indie games on Game Pass. If you just want one that you can
Mhm.
just get quick 1,000, like spend 2 hours and play through them.
I mean, they said the same thing about Hello Neighbor too, but it's hard. I'm like, God damn! I thought it was. They say you can get like 1,000 points within 4 hours, and I'm like just like lost in that game. I'm like, what the hell? Where do I need to go? Have you played that game?
Sometimes you have to use guides.
YouTube.
Guides,
Yeah. Okay.
if
Yeah.
you want to do it that fast. Without doing it that fast, it's probably a 10-hour game.
Hello Neighbor 2. I thought it was actually even shorter than that. Hello Neighbor 2. Yeah, yeah. Is it called Hello Neighbor?
Yeah, Hello
I think.
Neighbor.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Yep, it's
yeah.
Hello Neighbor.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a good one. Um, I'll think of one while we're
Mhm.
on today's news. But anyway,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
first, got an icebreaker for you.
Mhm.
First video game you ever played that you can remember.
It's I mean, to be honest, it's really hard for me to say which one exactly, but it's got to be one of these three for me. I think so. One of these three. It's one of those Sonic games on Atari console. I had an Atari console too, to be
Sonic was
honest.
never on an Atari.
I was. On one of them was. I mean, maybe I don't know how I got it, but that's what I had. And it was. I played it. So once I figured out what game that
Was it a
was, I'll
Sega
let you know. But it
Genesis?
was
They
like,
look like an Atari.
could be, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Sega
Anyway,
Genesis
but
is
it was
where.
like 96, 97. You're probably right, but I thought it was an Atari to be honest. All right. It was that game. There was a Lion King game on PC. I played. It was really hard. Like, I mean, it was basically a movie game, but it was just like a side scroller, and it was really, really hard. And then there was an Aladdin game too, like
Yeah, that. Yep, yep.
same style game, same style as a Lion King. They both were really like hard but fun. And if you like wherever you die, you have to start from the very beginning. It's just like at that time when I was a kid, I thought all games worked like that, so I didn't hate that. But now I cannot go back and play that game because if I die like for just before the final boss fight, I'm not gonna play that game from the very beginning. I just can't.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so it's
yeah.
one of those three.
I think I
Yeah.
mentioned the time I got PO'd. What was it? With Batman Arkham Asylum.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Game corrupted. Second to the
oh,
last
yeah,
boss. Ugh, I could not go back
yeah.
to it. Never was able to.
I thought you said that about Bioshock. I thought so,
No,
but
no,
maybe I heard.
no, no. Bioshock's one of my favorites of all
Yeah,
time. I would
gotcha.
never
Yeah.
like if I died
It
and
must
lost
be
everything. I
someone
was like,
else.
hey,
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's someone else. I'm sorry. I was talking to another dude, and he said that about Bioshock. It wasn't you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
no,
Sorry.
I'm just saying. I'm just laughing. Like Bioshock is one of my all-time favorite games. Let's see. For me, that would probably like I can really remember is Sonic Spinball
Okay.
or which is like the third Sega Genesis game. I know I was playing them when I was even older, when I was even littler,
Mm-hmm.
but I can actually
Uh-huh.
like comprehend the memory because I
Mm-hmm.
have like videos of me playing games with my brother at like 2.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
So my mom, like when she was young, she video cam. When I was little, she video cameraed everything. It was quite annoying. Um, but it's either going to be Sonic Spinball
Uh-huh.
or Mario 3.
Gotcha. Mario 3.
Yeah, for Nintendo.
I had to look up what game I was talking about for the Sonic. It was the 1993 one, and you're right. It was on what do you call it? Sega
Sega
Genesis.
Genesis.
It's called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog from the year 1993. Yeah, the Hedgehog. So yeah,
Yes.
Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, it was that one. So yeah, but it was a great game.
Yeah. Hey, hey,
Really good.
definitely. I mean,
Sonic
in our
was
Vero today,
dang back
that
then.
exact game's gonna be playing, but it's from the Sega Genesis collection that's on the Xbox.
Gotcha. Have you played the newest one, the Generations? What is it called? The new
Not
ones.
the one that just came out.
I played Sonic
Gen-
Frontiers too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Frontier's the most recent one I played.
Okay.
I beat
It
all
was not that bad, by the
what?
way. People made it seem like it was really terrible, but it's not that bad, guys. It's good actually.
It's actually no, it's real good. A lot of people like it. Um,
Hmm.
let's see, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that one was the last one. I mean, I almost got all the achievements in it.
I just beat that game.
So
So I got like 500 achievement points out of 1,000.
it's just a lot of collectathons. That's all it
I know,
is.
man. I mean, the complaint for most people was that it's an empty open world, which is not, which is kind of true, but like, still, there was a lot to do, to be honest. And the boss fights were fun in that game, and the music was also fire. Like, the music was great.
I
for
wish the
some of the bosses.
classic
Especially,
levels though they would have done more with them, but
gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
like this is their first time doing it. But it was a great game. There's no denying that.
that game, great. I mean, so what's your score if you want to give a score to that game?
The
For
Sonic
the
Frontiers.
yeah,
It's not the kinds I usually play, but I would have to say 7.5 out of 10.
I'm in the same ballpark, same
Yeah,
ballpark. Yeah.
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
While we've been talking, I've been kind of looking to see what you could play to get an easy 1,000. And
We can do this later, man. Don't worry about it. I
Dear
mean,
Esther, I don't know if it's on Game Pass more, but that's a great one. It's a walking
sorry,
simulator.
which one?
Dear Esther,
Dear Esther. Gotcha.
or Whatever Happened to Edith Finch is another good one.
No, I mean, I got 200 points for that instead of like 1,000. I thought I might get all the achievements, but I guess I might have to replay. I missed a lot of things, I guess. I think so.
And
But
Edith
it's a
Finch, oh
great
yeah.
game.
Well, Edith Finch is some of them are like with Edith Finch. I'm trying to think. Like when you're in the bathtub, you have to knock
Uh-huh.
off all the things on the
All
side.
those ducks.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
it's little
Gotcha.
things like that. But
It's a great game.
oh,
It's the creativity in that game is phenomenal. I mean, it's just basically one person just going over the stuff from her family, of her family from the past, and it's just like the memories that it brings and all that stuff. It's really good, man. And it's
Tacoma's
short. You
another
can beat
good
it.
one.
I'm sorry,
Tacoma.
Tacoma. How long is it?
It's another one of those. It's a spacewalking simulator, so to speak. It's just
Tacoma. Gotcha.
it's a lot like Whatever Happened to Edith Finch. It's
Gotcha.
just
Did it launch with the Xbox Series X? This game, the Tacoma. I don't know
no,
why.
it was on Xbox One. That's when I beat it.
Okay.
Tacoma,
Gotcha.
it's just a little short 2 hour game, but it's really good. Good story. I love games like that. Um, some of my all time favorites. There's so many. I could do a whole episode about those kind of games.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
let's talk about it later. We can just do a whole segment with this thing, to be
yeah,
honest.
we'll
Yeah.
do we'll do a segment one week for our game of the week as indie games everyone should try.
Yeah,
I have a
especially
huge
that
list. I have a huge
yeah,
list. I can tell you that.
for his quest to 75k points.
Well, you only have a short quest.
I could actually try for 100k though, but to be honest, I don't know. I need those shorter games to get there. I don't think so. I can. Like, I recently tweeted out. I don't know if there are games that there are a whole lot of games I will be playing this year. Maybe just 3 or 4 more. It's just like I think I maxed out last year. I played a lot, lots and lots of games last year, so it just like took a lot out of me. So
Hey,
I'm just gonna focus
that's
on the games that
understandable.
I really want to play. Yeah. The last 2 years, and 2 years ago with Elden Ring, I spent like I don't know a lot of hours on it to beat it. So, so that
I
and
got all
like
the
last,
achievements for Elden Ring.
man, phenomenal, man. I mean, I don't even want to mess around with the Melania girls. So I don't even want to look for her.
I got
So
to where I
by
could
the
beat her
way,
moderately okay. I mean, it's just I
I,
had to have a build designed to kill her, and it was the build I
uh
used for the whole thing. And it's just because I went after. I got the sword later in the game, like my
okay.
first playthrough, but it
The
became
red
my
one.
main one. And it's the katana that makes people bleed and drinks their
Yeah,
blood.
it's the red sword. Did you get that from one of those mountain areas where you beat the giant guy? Is
Uh,
that the place?
I don't know. It might be close to him. Like,
Gotcha.
but I
Fire giant guy. That boss fight was also good. Fire giant boss. Yeah, that was really good. I think
Well,
that
you
was the
want to
best
know
way.
something? Like when they released an update, it was about the time I got to him. They released
Uh-huh.
an update and it automatically would kill the giant. Like as soon as you start the fight, he just fall over dead.
Oh, really?
Like
But it's a two-phase fight, though, no?
yeah, well no, it literally like it shows both cutscenes.
Oh,
It goes
wow.
cutscene, then back, and then it just he's dead again.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't even
That's
have to
great.
touch him.
Gotcha. I mean, that fight was fun. It was great, but it wasn't that hard. I thought it might be like really, really hard. So you didn't even fight him? You just
No,
got the
well, no, I had
achievement?
already beat him one playthrough
Okay.
before, but
Gotcha,
it
gotcha.
was just funny. Like when I got to
That's
him on my second playthrough, I didn't have to fight him at all. And this was the playthrough
gotcha.
I was running to a to get trying to think of her name. The ending with the witch girl where you marry her.
Oh, the blue one, right?
Yeah, I'm
The
trying. It's
blue.
been so long since I played it.
You can marry her?
Essentially, that's kind of what it refers to in the final. In the final, it's an achievement
Oh.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got a
She
not.
devotes
I mean,
herself to
not.
you.
She her conversation of mine ended in a bad way. It didn't end as she wanted it to go. So she kicked me out of her place. She didn't kill me. She just kicked me out of her place. Like within seconds, when she just like flipped her fingers and I just disappeared from her place. So that's what I got from her. It's pretty cool though. Yeah, but
Well,
I kind of hate it.
well, that's actually one of the harder endings to get, and I actually was probably the second. It was the second ending I got, but I am
Is
so
that still
glad.
the ending though? No, right?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's not an ending. It's just like I thought that's just like a
Well, no,
separate side.
Elden Ring has multiple endings, and there's some that are
No, no,
not
no.
even tied, not even tied to achievements. Like when you beat that final boss, depending on what you've done in that area
Uh-huh.
around his body, there's things to interact with. Like,
Oh,
and it'll give you a different ending to whatever you interact with. There's like one.
I thought it would be the same ending for everyone. You would just sit on the chair and just like, yeah, I beat him.
That's the main one, but there's a bunch of
Gotcha.
side endings you can get with a little
Yeah,
work.
I'm talking. Yeah, I was talking about main. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well,
You're
no,
right. Sorry.
no. Even
Yeah.
then, you can still get a couple of the other smaller ones without really
Okay.
doing much. Hers is the
Oh,
one of the hardest. The two hardest are tied to achievements. Hers, I got on my second one because I just went with that mindset to get it, and then I did a final run. I got every other achievement in the game, and it was
mhm.
for um, it's known as the three fingers ending.
Gosh, 3 fingers. Nice. Nice.
You,
And by the way, it's that same girl who gifted you the wolf in the very beginning, right? The wolf or your mount, the blue.
yeah, that's she goes to the main ending, but
Mm.
yet she kind of doesn't even really stick around up until a certain point. Even when you
Yeah,
go, she just kind of
yeah.
disappears. I feel like if I remember correctly, but
Yeah, she does. She does. Yeah, yeah.
but
But
everybody
yeah,
else,
sorry, Alvarez. It's a phenomenal game.
oh, it is. I mean, hey, we ended up talking about a game even though it wasn't on today's schedule. Pretty deep, but we might do an
Sorry, guys.
episode dedicated to
Yeah,
Elden
no,
Ring.
it's my fault because I was mentioning how I'm tired of like buying every game now. It's just I'm probably just gonna wait for Stellar Blade now, and then just yeah.
That's why that's why you see how I am. I pick a game. That's what I'm gonna play.
Hmm.
I might play a
Yeah,
multiplayer here and there.
yeah,
That's just the way I play. But anyway, we've got some news to talk about, and
yeah.
boy, is it going to be a doozy. You know everything what we were freaking about with Xbox.
Yeah, especially Trey.
Yeah,
Trail as well,
it
man.
was
Was great.
nothing true. It was
I mean,
nothing to worry
somewhat.
about.
Sea of Thieves was true parts. People were kind of right about the Sea of Thieves part going
Well, yeah,
multi-player.
yeah. Well, there were four games, but
Yeah,
getting out of the console market, everything's
and
going to
third-party
PlayStation.
games.
Like essentially, 10% was true, 90% wasn't.
Yeah, it's true, true. Yeah. At least they got something right. So, anyways,
And like I will say it again, the only people that got hurt with this situation are the people who just want bragging rights.
all kind of bragging rights though, like
The
that. That's like
console war
Xbox
stuff.
has done. Yeah, I mean, for that part, man, can I say something real quick? I'm sorry. I mean,
Go ahead.
I like, yeah,
It's
I,
open speech here. It's open speech here.
no, no, I get it, but like here, I'm an Xbox guy, right? But there was for a minute I was like, man, if Xbox does go away, these people would stop the console wars, right? I'm like, they would not like fanboys and would kind of disappear from video games if Xbox disappears. So in a way, I was like, all right, I don't mind if Xbox goes full third party, okay? Because if it's gonna eliminate all the fanboyism, I'm cool with it, all right? But then I went to computer on Twitter. I'm sorry, on Twitter, and I saw people. They're PC guys who kind of argue with one another. Like Steam is better than Epic Game Store sucks, and then there are guys that are like, oh well, what do you call it? AMD versus Intel. So there are fanboys for AMD and Intel. So even if Xbox disappears, fanboys from video games will not disappear. It will always be here. So I'm like, all right, I'm okay. I'm glad Xbox didn't disappear because what I was thinking of, like in a positive way, if Xbox disappears, well, that was never gonna happen. So yeah, fanboyism is not going over. Steam versus Epic. I did not know this was a thing. I did not know
I
Steam
didn't
has
know
fanboys.
it was either, but majority of people still prefer Steam. Me,
I
I
mean,
don't
to
really
be honest,
care.
I don't give a damn about that. I thought PC gamers were like, all right, we are PC gamers, right? We play on PC because we don't want to deal with console wars. Well, you're kind of doing some sort of war here as well, basically. I did not know that. And by the way, if I'm like, for example, the Epic part, I don't care which who's winning or not. All right. But like, if I'm getting a game on Epic Game Store, I'll pick it up from Epic Game Store. If I'm getting the game from Steam, I'll pick it up from Steam. I don't have to choose a side. I got both on my PC, so like I don't understand of choosing a side with these two.
Same thing as I use Windows Store too.
And Apple Store.
Nah, well, just for PC gaming,
Oh, okay.
because Xbox is Windows Store.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
a
Yeah.
lot of the games
So,
I bought on Xbox are what they
uh,
call Play Anywhere titles. I can
hmm.
download them and play them straight from my computer.
Yeah, that's
Like
dope, right?
both the Like a Dragons I bought, they're right
Hmm.
there. Trying to think what else.
Oh, they have the Play Now thing, even the new one. Gotcha.
Well, no,
Play
yeah,
Anywhere.
yeah, Play
Sorry,
Anywhere.
Play.
It's just I purchased it, and there. I mean, there's games. I think I'm starting to see more and more games I buy on Xbox are starting to show up, like the newer ones.
Gotcha, gotcha.
It was pretty much Xbox first party, and then it was
Hmm.
like third.
Xbox Game Pass games. Then it
Well,
was the thing.
yeah, but what I mean, like, you might get one third party one every blue moon, because I know, what is it called? Resident Evil 7 is one of them. I don't have it, uh,
Okay.
but yeah, I do.
Play Anywhere.
Yeah, Resident Evil
Yeah.
is a Play Anywhere title. So
Nice, nice. Yeah, so you can continue progress on PC
yeah,
if wherever you saved on your Xbox.
um,
Gotcha. That's dope. Yeah.
but a lot of places still want you to double dip, even though you can continue your progress on both
So
sides
yeah, man.
too.
I mean, I'm sorry to kind of change topic, but but it's just like I'm like fanboyism is just not going anywhere. Whether Xbox lives or doesn't live,
Yep,
it doesn't matter. It will always be there. Yeah. What happened? You go okay?
I'm trying to sneeze.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry, it was one of those like you feel it coming, but
no, I thought you were gonna throw up.
well, no, I would be gone. I would disappear. I would be. You just see a spinning chair, and I was gone.
Gotcha. Oh,
No, it
yeah,
was just
man.
like it was me. Just like, am I going to sneeze? Am I going to sneeze?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't
Like
even
I
live up to
said,
your
we
shirt,
both had
man.
a cold this week, so
No, no, I get it, yeah. But
anything
at
can
least I'm
happen.
not wearing a shirt that says flaming hot, so
Hey, I am flaming hot.
yeah, I couldn't even deal with a sneeze there. So, anyway, let's go.
You know what we forgot to do in our intro? I just realized.
Yeah, yeah, the icebreaker thing. No, no, not the
No,
icebreaker thing.
game recommendation of the week. Let's
Yeah,
backtrack for a second, guys. Whoop. All right, what's your
uh,
game recommendation
well,
for the week?
yeah, I would say play Elden Ring if you haven't. So, so
That's
yeah.
his game recommendation. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, no, yeah, okay. A hidden gem that I would recommend anyone to play. It's not a jam, but it's a solid game. I would say but I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's Batora Lost Haven. It's a asymmetrical game, kind of like Diablo, but I think it has better gameplay. Not a Diablo. I'm just not a Diablo guy. I think
I'm not
especially
either.
I know you can get the build in later on in the games with the Diablo, but for me, if I'm like the combat is just like not satisfying in the first 3 4 hours. I normally drop it. I'm like I don't want to go through all those progression systems. So Batora Lost Haven is the game. It has pretty solid boss fights too. It's decent boss fights, but like the gameplay is fun. I mean, it's short. You can beat it 10 hours, I guess. But yeah, it's an asymmetrical game. Pretty fun, fast, and easy to get going. Story's okay. Story's not the best, but the protagonist is fun though. The main protagonist, she's fun. So yeah,
That's good.
Batora Lost Haven. Yeah,
I'll
that's the
check it
game.
out. Batura Lost Haven.
Yeah.
I'll write it down. My recommendation, and I think you probably have played it, Psychonauts 2.
I play a little bit. It's not for me.
It's such a good
I
game.
really, I'm not taking anything away. It's just not for me.
I
It's just
know.
saying, like, I mean, I saw what it was, but it's that guy's voice, though, the main protagonist. I cannot deal with this voice, too.
Raz
It's
here.
so annoying. What happened?
Raz here. You mean
Yeah,
Raz?
yeah, his voice, though, I can't do. I cannot survive that whole game with that voice. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know
Mute
people
him and
love this.
just play. I'm just kidding. You're good.
No, people love this
Hey,
game,
but
though. Yeah.
what? I mean, you should have totally experienced the Jack Black level, man.
When do you get that? I mean, I think I played just 3 hours of it.
It's like the second or third world, but it's
Gotcha.
um
Is that when you go on a whole trip with the couple professors, like a guy, and then one of the professors kind of like disappeared or something
uh
on a different planet?
I can't remember, but
Okay,
I
I
will
mean
say,
that's where I stopped. So yeah.
well, oh yeah, that's like the first one of the first worlds. But the one with Jack Black is so good. It plays like you're kind of like going to Woodstock,
Oh,
like it's a concert and you have to go in this. And I mean, he's pretty much Jack Black singing the whole time, and he
okay.
also is one of the actors. It's like just yeah, it's so fun.
Okay.
It yeah.
I mean, definitely for people who haven't played, I would say if you're like a big like if you're into art and artistic world and all that, definitely give that game a try. I mean, obviously, when I was playing it, I was kind of seeing that all that stuff. Like, man, this is amazing. Like how creative this mindset is. And I know this started with the first one, obviously in 2005, but like the second one, I think just it's just really it's a gorgeous game to be honest. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
my recommendation. Okay. But we touched on the news and about the Xbox stuff. But let's get to what I really think is the news of the week. Because, like I said, there was really nothing to worry about with Xbox. Four
Yeah. Yeah.
games. Just a quick reiteration. Um, Phil Spencer did not want to announce them. He wants the guys who are developing,
But
which
I
makes
guess
sense.
everybody knows.
Well, I still don't think it's grounded. I think one of them's Forza.
Oh,
Honestly.
really? No, no, no,
No,
no,
no. Reason
no,
here, the new
no,
Forza is a community-driven
no,
game.
no.
I still think
Alright,
it's
go ahead.
Forza. I mean, I'll be glad. I'm fine if I'm wrong. I'll admit, hey, I was wrong. I mean, there is a high chance it's grounded, but Sea of Thieves, Grounded,
Uh,
Hi-Fi Rush, Pentiment are the four games everyone's. But
yeah, yeah.
I've heard from multiple of those new outlets saying they're one of the games that will be a surprise to everybody, even after the Phil Spencer thing.
But
So
Phil also said like it's gonna be one of those games that kind of makes sense, like why it's going to other platforms because all these games were not like meant to be, for one exclusive console. Maybe he said two of those four. I think. I'm sorry, might be twisting it. I'm
there's
sorry.
two small ones, the Pentiment
Yeah,
and
he said they were never meant to be a console for one console specifically. They were meant to be on all those platforms, right? I think
yeah,
that's what he said.
and
That's
but
those were
he also said
before.
community-driven games, not
Yeah, I mean, Grounded. Yeah, I could see Forza is like maybe not today, but it was like a system seller before. Definitely was. Like a lot of people did go to Xbox One just because of Forza 2. So yeah,
I think it would still be
Forza Horizon. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Horizon
Right.
is it's Horizons would be harder to do as a community driven game, but the new Forza Motorsport where it's a straight sim racer.
But they already got Gran Turismo, so I don't know. I mean, it's just gonna be weird. And I don't think so. A lot of people are gonna play Forza Motorsport on PlayStation. I don't think so.
I don't know.
You
I
know?
mean, like I said, I could be wrong, but I feel
Yeah,
like it does
you
meet the
feel like the right.
criteria that Phil said. It is a community driven,
Uh-huh.
a community driven,
Sorry.
and
Mhm.
essentially it is a Same thing as Sea of Thieves. It is a
Yes. Mm.
trying to think of it. Games as a service game.
Yeah, yeah, but
It
like I thought, Grounder is more like Sea of Thieves as compared to Forza because Grounder and Sea of Thieves kind of never ends, though, right? They keep on going.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's
But
alright.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, it probably is grounded, but I know grounded's done. They're no longer doing community stuff, really. Like they
Mhm.
keep releasing smaller updates, but I think grounded's pretty much done. So yes, it makes sense. 100% makes sense. But if I had to guess, and if it's not one of those four, I feel like Forza would be the next one in the list that might go
Gotcha.
multi-platform because it meets
Okay.
the criteria. Not
Yeah,
Horizon, Motorsport.
Motorsport. But like Motorsport is also one of those legacy games too for Xbox. I think it's been with Xbox since the OG Xbox, right? The
Yeah,
Motorsport.
Forza
Yeah,
launched at the end of the original Xbox
yeah, yeah. So
cycle,
it's a
but
legacy game too.
that's
Like,
but like
yeah.
I said, there's two tiers. There's the Horizon tier, which would not be able to do as game as a service because it's a arcade open world, get with your buddies and just go. But with the other one, it's just straight races, like, and it has a smaller community because it is a sim racer. That's just,
Yeah,
I mean, like I could be wrong, and but that's just what I feel like is either going to be the next one if this does really well, but I don't see Halo or anything else going. Maybe Halo
yeah.
multiplayer when the next Halo launches. Not the not that one, but I mean like the old Halo, like the free to play one that we've got now.
Infinite. Yeah.
Yeah, just the multiplayer, not the campaign. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
that'd be the only way I see Halo ever. But like I said, Forza makes sense because it meets the criteria.
Okay.
That,
Okay.
that's just my opinion.
No, no,
Um,
no. I got that part of yours, but for me, it's just like I said, like it's like an Xbox historical game, though. Like, that's why I'm just like it's kind of like Gran Turismo going to Xbox. So that's just you can never see that happening. So it's just that's how
and say
I think of these.
speaking of Gran Turismo, let's
Uh-huh.
jump to Sony. Just they had their earnings call,
Okay.
and the new head of and it's the COO. He's the money man,
Mm-hmm.
the big cheese.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
literally
yeah.
said that they want to expand their games multi-platform. He's really in this meaning PC, but
Yeah.
the
Day and date
next
thing, right?
yep, and the
Yeah.
next Gran Turismo is a game as a service game. It would
Yep.
not surprise me if that goes to PC
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe Xbox later.
That's not happening.
I mean, it's hard to fathom,
I
but
mean, it would definitely happen if your first part comes true. Like if Forza Motorsport goes to PlayStation, then yeah, then the floodgate has opened up. Then you could see Gran Turismo going to Xbox too. So yeah,
and I know Sony is using Helldivers right now as a test subject. Helldivers, as much money as they've made, is pretty much saying they are going to like is pretty much saying that maybe there'll be a couple exceptions right now, but it would not
hmm
surprise me if we start seeing every PlayStation game going day and date on PC.
but like Helldivers, you like I get your point though. But Helldivers 2 is one of those games like it's based on community, right? So like Sony, on the other hand, like the games that we normally associate with Sony are like the single player, third person action adventure games. Those games, I think maybe down in the future you might be right, but I don't see this happening in the
I
next two,
mean,
3
well, they
years.
said
Yeah.
like a year ago that they have no plans to release games day and date, and here they do Helldivers, which
Well, like I said, but Helldivers 2 is a different thing though,
it
no?
is a different thing,
Yeah.
but look at the numbers on Steam.
I mean, yeah, yeah, it's a good game too. I
It's
think that's I mean
already
most
sold over 2 million copies.
hmm
Imagine if, this is just an example, hypothetical, let's say Sony's looking at the numbers and how much they're getting from it. What if this makes them lead a decision that the next, let's say Wolverine is ready in 2026?
Yeah, yeah. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if they decide, let's launch Wolverine alongside it on PC? And because there are more people on PC that are not going to go out and buy a PlayStation no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're going to get so many sales from PC and on your own console because they've even themselves said the console market is stagnant.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's their only choice. And if they want to keep making games, they barely made Spider-Man back, like just recently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just throwing like, hey, the new future's coming. The writing's on the wall. It's like I said a few weeks ago. I feel like that consoles are pretty much going to go, not dodo or still be around, but everything's going to go to services. You got your PlayStation Plus service, your Xbox Game Pass service,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you just have a device that gives you access from a Samsung TV or your Xbox console or your PlayStation console.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
access those services. But I can also see them, because it sounds like Microsoft might be, from rumors, because we already know about some of the devices. They also talked about this, about new devices coming, and one of them possibly being a handheld. What if they release their iOS, and then you're going to get third party making devices?
Like Sony stuff too, basically.
Yeah, like
Okay.
I feel like we're going to get to that future where where it'd be cheap for them to kind of just release their iOS and stop making hardware, both sides,
Got you.
and then everyone else make the hardware. Like like AMD could do their own, or Rogue, or when I say Rogue, Omen, Azusa, MSI, like they do their owns, and they're just to access your content,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they just have to
MSI
have
also
spec rules
released
though.
their MSI also released their own handheld too, right? MSI.
Yeah, they just recently did. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think we're getting to that point. Is I mean I still think we're going to get one more generation, but I say in
Yeah.
15 years that's possibly
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're going to be seeing.
Yeah. 15 years would
10 to
be more
15,
than like
that'll be the standard.
yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, what you're saying is, I think it's probably gonna be like that in the future for sure. Definitely. Like, yeah. But like as they were talking in their Xbox show though, Phil, Sarah, and Matt Booty. Uh, Shout out to the host Tina Mani. Like, she did a phenomenal job in that. Like, she basically asked almost all the questions that we all wanted to know about and all that. So yeah, I mean, Phil said like today games are like basically a game can just be a living platform, just one specific game. And he mentioned like Fortnite and all that. Like they're just basically a living platform. Like it's just one game. You can just live there basically. Like so. So you're right. I mean, going off of what Phil said, what you're saying, I think you're right though. But like for me, I'm just looking at the like the next until the end of this console generation. I don't think so. Sony's gonna do day and day with their single for first party action adventure games. Like they're just gonna for this generation, they're just gonna continue what they're doing. Maybe like if they're gonna release more games like Helldivers 2, then yeah, day and date. But Wolverine, I think it's gonna be a year or two. Like how they did exactly with the Horizon Forbidden West. Released it 2 years ago. 2 years later, they released it on PC, and they're making a whole lot of money again. So yeah,
I mean
but
that's
that
fair. That's fair. But I'm just saying they're using this, and what he said in his thing, there is a chance. I'm not saying it'll happen, but I wouldn't be
uh-huh.
surprised if they did do something like that with Wolverine.
Like but when though? Oh, with Wolverine said like day and date.
Yeah,
Wolverine 26. I doubt it. I very doubt it. Yeah, maybe.
everyone had doubted about Quantum Break, but that's what happened on Xbox.
I mean, but Xbox on the other hand, they needed it to do that. Like they really did because they were like going down. Sony's not going down right now.
Well,
So
no,
even
he
with the
literally
move, they're
said they
starting
need to
off
start
alright.
doing that in in the interview. Habata.
I mean, yeah, but like still, Sony's situation is not as bad as what Xbox was going through with Quantum Break time. I mean, not with Quantum Break, but the Xbox One, but during Quantum Break time, 2016. Yeah, but like they needed to do that in order to survive.
And
And
like I
I mean,
said,
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do it. This is just what I feel like it could happen. I
Mhm.
mean, there's a chance it can happen.
But on,
Even you
yeah,
know
but
that.
on a scale from 1 to 10, like how strongly do you believe this could happen? Like,
Probably a
is it a 5?
7.
Ooh, that's a high. That's high.
I
I
don't.
was I was much
I
different.
will not say 100%. I don't
Yeah,
think
7
80%, but I think 70%, just because of
7
what
is
he
strong.
said and the
Uh-huh.
fact that um, even though it's because they only have a dedicated team, and the teams that made those games have never made PC games. But with
Okay.
Insomniac, they have made full PC ports of a lot of their games.
Yeah,
They
like
have a PC team. So
yeah.
there's a higher chance with just Insomniac being able to do it. So
Yeah.
that gives it a little bit more. That gives it more in the 60% with that, and then the fact that what he said makes me want to say
Yeah.
70.
The when the Wolverine leaks came out, they also showed off Xbox controller layout too, right? Or something.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that was weird.
So
So I mean, that could be just playing with your Xbox controller and PC, right? It could be just that, right?
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like a lot of these games that they don't port to Xbox,
Hmm.
there's PC, there is Xbox controller in there, and literally it says Xbox controller inside of the game I'm playing right now, Grand Blue. It says Xbox controller.
But that's a PlayStation first party game, Grand Blue.
No, it's not. It's not first. It's a third party game, but it's not coming to Xbox. It's just on PC and PlayStation.
But it shows an Xbox controller in
Yeah,
it, right? In the game, right? Gotcha.
because actually,
Oh,
most people don't know this. Random fact about these controllers: they are the number one most used PC controller.
these ones. Just the Series X controllers or the Elite
Just
controllers, or
Xbox controllers in general.
in general? Gotcha, gotcha.
So,
I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. These are great controllers. Yeah.
but yeah, that's just what I feel with that situation. But it's not. I'm just not. I'm not 100%. I'm not going to bet money on it.
Uh-huh.
But I would not be
Hmm.
surprised. And the thing that I've told you, you're kind of thinking, okay, there is a chance, but it's like you're more on the 30% chance, right?
I mean, for this generation, that's what I'm saying. I mean, not even 30%. I'm like 10 for this generation. With Sony, with that, yeah, with Sony, I'm just giving 10%. After this generation, it's gonna be a different strategy for both consoles. Mainly for Xbox for sure. I mean, Xbox is already on that path, but like Sony's just gonna definitely change their strategy
Well, yeah, they're
once the
gonna
next.
follow. They're gonna follow the Microsoft path. The
Yeah,
outlier is
yeah.
going to be Nintendo, and if Nintendo's Switch 2 fails, they'll probably go. They'll probably start
I
looking at
wanted
PC
to
and other
Yeah, I
things.
definitely wanted to ask you this though, as you brought up Switch. I mean, I know you can play Switch games on PC via some like stuff you have to download, but like Nintendo just does not release their games
Yeah,
on PC
no,
at all.
no, and I don't see them converting anytime soon, unless the the Switch 2 fails. That's
Okay.
the only way
But
I see it.
curious, how come they never like not even their old games? Like they just don't release them on PC. Like they can release
They're
Mario
more pure
Kart.
Japanese culture. Sony's half American, half Japanese.
Yeah,
Japanese people are very old fashioned. They like it is theirs. They protect their IP. They do everything. It is theirs, and that's
gotcha,
fair. You
gotcha.
can be that way, but that's how they make their money. Is they hard lock everything,
I
and they
mean,
never
imagine playing.
until it bites them
No,
on the
sorry.
butt, which it has multiple times with Nintendo. They uh, they don't change their ways. But when they get bit on the butt, they concede. They don't like it. You can tell it. They throw a fit about it. But they finally concede and go, okay, we got to do this.
Yeah, yeah. But just imagine playing Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or the new one, Tears of the Kingdom, with the frames per second, like the 100 frames or like 60, 90 frames per second. It would be so awesome, man. I mean, I would give that game like another try then if it comes or if it somehow drops on PC. But yeah, that's not happening at all, right?
No, it's honestly not. But
That's it.
there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's just Nintendo. You got the Nintendo tax. I mean, I have plenty of
That
Nintendo
and they're
games.
still and they sell a lot of like since Tears of the Kingdom sold like 10 million copies in 3 days. It's just crazy numbers with Nintendo, man.
So, we talked a little bit about all this stuff. There's one more
Mhm.
thing that was at the PlayStation announcement that is hard for people to hear, but no existing franchises will be launching before 2025 on
Well,
PlayStation.
2025 isn't that far.
It,
It's
it
only 10
isn't
months.
until first quarter, but that is a year and about 2 months.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think they kind of announced something like we already kind of figured, to be honest. Like, we already knew this was not happening. I mean, we were all wondering what Sony's next IP, next big, their own IP. Like, I mean, the existing franchise, like Last of Us Part 3 is not nowhere in the horizon, right? Uh, God of War just came out 2 years ago, so obviously it's not coming out again. The only possibility they have is Ghost of Tsushima 2. But like they still got to announce that, right? So I mean, if they announce it this summer, obviously it's not coming out until next year or maybe 2026. So yeah.
There's only one thing is, but I have said this about their wording, and everyone says that means all first party. But literally,
hmm
they said no existing franchises. That was
hmm
their
Like Ghost of Tsushima, God of
yeah.
War, and all that.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean there's not going to be a first party game with a new IP. They just literally said no existing first parties will launch this year.
But even if it's a new IP, to be honest, they still gotta announce it, right? I
Well,
mean, you
yeah,
gotta get it.
yeah. I
Like
mean,
I've never seen. I mean, besides Forza Horizon 5, I haven't seen a game recently that got announced in the summer and released by the fall or something. To be honest, I haven't seen it, so in a while.
I'm trying to think. There was one. There and there
Talking about first party games, by the
talk
way.
about first
No,
party,
not
but on the Xbox
yeah.
side, you had Hi-Fi Rush.
Well, it's triple A.
Oh,
Triple
so
A
so
big
you want
game.
AAA? Uh,
I mean, people, but Sony. I mean, Sony kind of their fans too. I mean, not all their fans, but like majority. I mean, for them, it's like the big things, right? Like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima,
yeah,
Horizon Forbidden West, Last of
but
Us.
I'm just
So
saying
yeah.
there's still a chance they could announce something in the summer. A big trend is with a lot of companies, they do the 6 months. They announce it and launch in 6 months later.
I mean, what's their name? Koei Tecmo, the Ninja guys who released Neo 2, and Ninja
Yeah,
Gaiden games.
yeah.
They did that they're about to do it for the second time in like 2 years. First they did it with Volong Fallen Dynasty. They announced it in the summer, it released in 6-9 months later. And now with Rise of the Ronin, they announced it last year and it's releasing this year. So they've been doing that. Yeah, I mean, besides them and other few other third-party developers, but not first-party. Forza Horizon 5 is the only AAA game I know
No, Forza
that got
Horizon 5 was announced 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
five.
4 or 5 years ago, it was. I remember because they announced their new engine alongside it.
No, it can be 5 years ago because Horizon 4 released in 2018, 5 came out in 2021. So
Well, no,
obviously,
no, Horizon. Like I'm talking motorsport.
I'm talking Horizon 5. I'm talking just Horizon and
Oh,
done
Horizon
Horizon.
5. Oh yeah, you are right. Yeah, six
Yeah,
months.
Horizon was announced out of nowhere in summer of 21, and the release date we got instantly November 9th. I was like, damn, that's fast, but just 5 months away. All right, cool. So yeah, and it was a great
Bethesda does
game.
that a lot too.
But what? But Skyrim,
No,
it's
not
Elder
Scott.
Scrolls.
No. They did it with Fallout 4. They did it with
They
Fallout
announced
4 and two of the Wolfensteins.
Okay, that's we're
And
going
Doom.
10 years back. Back in the day, games used to release every 2-3 years. So I mean, I'm talking this gen now, man. But forget about last gen. Last gen was a
I'm just
different
giving you some
story. Like,
examples that others that have done it.
no, but you're going back 10 years now. So, and
I
then
wouldn't
the
say
thing
Doom
is,
Eternal. Doom Eternal's only 4 years old. They did it with Doom
it was
Eternal.
announced. It was announced 2019, came out 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Okay, but still, that's also last year, by the way. So, anyways, no, but like this generation, I'm talking about, it has been slow with the games coming out right away. It's just like but like you said about the Fallout 4. Like for I'm gonna give you another example. With back like last year, Gears of War 4. I mean, Gears of War 4 released in 2016. 5 came out just 3 years later, right? Just 3 years later. Now it's been 5 years since 5 came out, and we have no announcement for 6. So for these first party studios, with their AAA games, they're taking their time to come out
Yeah.
with their next
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing.
Last generation games were coming out like 2 3 years max. I mean, GTA 5, GTA 6 is a different story now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, like I said, there is, they have done with their games and stuff, like take as much time as you need. That's the best thing. A slow game is better than a rush game.
GTA 5 wasn't bad. Came out within 3 years, and it looks gorgeous too. It looked really good. Even on the One X, it looked really good. Yeah.
I will say this about my year. This year for me, there's tons of games I'm excited for this year, especially on the JRPG side.
Okay.
Like after Final Fantasy Rebirth, Persona 3
Mhm.
Reloaded, in about a month and a half, we got
Um,
Sansa.
oh, you're just talking JRPGs for now?
Well, yeah, but on JRPG, but it's like
Sorry.
Sand World,
Sandworld. Okay.
and that's actually
That.
based off uh, the guy who created Dragon Ball Z. That was his first comic,
Oh,
his first manga. So and they turned it into a
nice.
video game. So I'm
Uh,
excited to play. It's a little different. It's got a tank in it, so it's going to have some tank battles and stuff.
Nice. No, that's
But
fire. That's great.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
I mean, but this year is like not light at all. I'm just saying it's a great. There's a lot, especially from the Xbox side. You have a lot of games coming out on the Xbox. So yeah, big
Xbox is
one.
it's going to be a good year on both sides. Um, I'm
I
probably
mean,
not going to get
not
Rise of Ronin, but I might get
first party.
what's that game called? The one you're excited for?
Me,
Yeah, the one
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade. That's probably the one me what I get.
Gotcha. That's not JRPG by the way. Just making sure. It's just this action adventure, right?
It is a JRPG. It's a Korean RPG.
Okay. All right. Okay. KRPG then, right? Yeah, I
Yeah, it's made
guess.
by Koreans, but I
Yeah.
can't think of their studio. But this is one of their first games.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
I think we've covered just about all the news. So
Yes,
why don't
so.
we wrap this up?
Before we wrap it up, I want to say something. I'm sorry.
Go right
I mean,
ahead.
like as of going back, I'm just talking to you, people, and everybody in general, like about myself this year. Like I said, last year really consumed me with games. I'm still excited for video games, but it's just like I might not be finishing up all those games. Like last year, whenever I played a game, my mindset was like, I'm gonna beat that game. I'm gonna beat that game. This year, I think I'm just gonna take the easy because I'm busy with work schedule and life too and everything.
Hey,
So this year,
everybody's got that. I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah, this year probably, and I just want to like enjoy games now. Like I just don't want to beat games because when I just focus on beating games, sometimes it just takes the enjoyment out. Um, like for example, last year Immortals of Avium, it's a good game. It's not a bad game, but like I was forcing myself in the end to finish it up, and it kind of took some of my time away from playing some games that I really wanted to play. But my mind was like, I gotta beat it. I gotta beat it. I gotta beat it. Now I'm just like I'm just gonna play. I mean, my mind is right now like
That's the best way to
Stellar
play.
Blade. Yeah, my mind is like Stellar Blade, Star Wars Outlaws if it comes out this year. I really wanted to come out this year, Star Wars Outlaws. And the third game, oh my god, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. It's releasing day one on Game Pass. These are gonna be my three main games this year, but still, I'm still gonna play Hellblade 2. I'm still gonna play Stalker 2 day one, Indiana Jones 2. But if I'm gonna beat them, I'm not gonna guarantee that. I'm just maybe. There's a possibility I might beat them, but not like I'm not gonna force
Hey,
myself to beat that game before you move on to the next one. I'm not doing that anymore.
nothing wrong
No.
with that, dude. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got to do what's best for you. On four things about games.
Hmm.
You have to enjoy a game. It has to enjoy. It has to make the time enjoyable. So you got to have your time.
Hmm.
You've got to. What was the? I used to know this. You got to make sure it was
Sorry.
worth your penny.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
And lastly, you got your enjoyment. You feel like it. You got your enjoyment, and you feel like it was worth it. So pretty much it's those three. I don't
Hmm.
know why it's all four, but
It's all right, but the third part though, the penny part, like you gotta make sure it's worth your penny, right? That part is very crucial too. I mean, hey, like when those video game sales come up, man. I mean, sometimes I buy stuff that I'm not just like, I'm not even gonna play it, but like, ooh, it's on sale. Let's buy it. I'm down, dude. I just recently did that with this game called Achilles Untold something. I don't know if you've heard of it. Achilles Untold. It's about like Roman guys. It's an asymmetrical game too, but kind of with like a Dark Souls combat. I played it for like an hour and I'm like, this is just not for me. But did I buy it? Oh, it was on sale. I'm just gonna be like, nope, I'm not buying games on sale unless I really, really want to play them. But then again, if I really, really want to play them, I'm just gonna buy it on full price. so,
well,
so
with
yeah, that.
Xbox, just so you're aware,
Uh-huh.
you can try a game for 2 hours, and if you don't like it, you can return it on Xbox.
I mean, they also have that 14-day policy too.
Well,
I
yeah, you have
tried.
to play it with that 14 days too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I tried with one of those games. I forgot which one was it. I was trying to return it, and they said no, you've already like digital games are not like refundable anymore. I'm like, wait, what? They're like, if you played it even for like 5 minutes and earn an achievement, you cannot refund them. I'm like, that's new, because I just recently returned one of those games for you guys, and I played that even longer. Actually, I played Dying Light 2 for
There
like
is a
two
limit.
hours.
There is a
Yeah.
limit, like how many you can do a year.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. All right. Maybe
Yeah,
that's the part, I guess. Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
do, I think it's like two or three. So, like if you hit that
I mean,
limit,
it makes sense. It makes sense for them too, because they must be like, oh, this guy just buys everything, just returns them for some reason. So he's just taking advantage of us, kind of like trying games out for like 3 hours and just returning every game later on. So yeah,
I wish that every game had a demo or a trial, and then everybody wouldn't have these problems.
they used to, but back in the days.
That was
and
360 days. 360
yeah, good
days.
day, good old days, man.
But
All right, man.
anyway,
Mm.
are you ready to
Sorry,
call?
sorry for taking time away, people.
No,
but
no,
we're
no, 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 no. You're
yeah.
not taking anything away. These people, if they're still sitting here with us, they took their own time away. We didn't. You didn't take my time away. I didn't take your time away.
That's all right, man.
This
Yeah.
is our podcast,
Yeah,
Inside
man.
Game
Yeah,
Chat.
man. N-Side
We have a
GameChat.
Twitter now. You find us. You follow us.
Yeah. Let me see if it's with the
Please,
underscore.
please follow us. But anyway, um, but anyway, let's do our Twitter handles. You go first, Dower.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Dower_Hussein. And you can also follow me on Xbox if you guys want to. I'm Dower Rock and Roll on Xbox. So it's Dower Rock, the letter N, and then roll. You can follow me there. And yeah, if you guys want to play sometime, let me know. I mean, I'm always down to play fighting games. I haven't played Halo Infinite for a while, but I can still jump on and play it. It's always on my system. I never uninstall Halo, so yeah.
Well, then let's leave this as a question, and you can leave it in the comments or message or add us on Twitter. Which my Twitter handler, I have a Twitter
Random,
handler. My
yeah,
Twitter handle is our X handle is random_name.
random dude. Yeah,
Yep. But you can just message us on there. We want to set up a community day, and if you are interested and want to play games with us sometime, we'll talk about it on the next episode. But you got to leave a comment and you've got to add us.
yeah.
Anything else you want to say,
Find,
Dower, before we sign off?
find me that Arcade machine for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, people, for cheap. Not for 5,000.
Hey, I will get one. You can get, like I said, you can get the arcade up, and it's about 600.
600. Okay.
Yeah, you can order on it. I know you're not a fan of Amazon, but that's where you
Yeah.
can get it.
Forgot to send me the link though.
I'll send you the link. They're actually
Alright.
getting ready to release a new one. It's the same one, but it's got an X-Men skin.
What are they releasing? The new Marvel vs. Capcom 2 arcade app?
Well, yeah, it's another arcade up. It's the X-Men skin version.
Sure. Okay. Right.
So, but anything else you want to add before we sign off for the night?
No.
You heard it
Yeah.
here, folks, straight from his mouth. He has nothing left to say to you.
Oh man, hey man, it was a slow week for. I mean, the news was pretty much what we wanted to be. It was good news. It wasn't bad news at all. Except it would be bad news if Jared's part is true that Forza Motorsport goes to PlayStation and we don't get Gran Turismo on Xbox. That would be not fair. So
Hey, I want to say Gran Turismo is not as good as it used to be. It's not the PlayStation. It's PlayStation 2
yeah,
days.
Forza Motorsport is not that good. Yeah.
But that's a straight sim. They're both straight sims. They're not that good in
Yeah,
general unless you like sims.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why you
I
play
mean,
Horizon.
nah, but the way for motorsport, the way they market it, like it's gonna be like a next gen racer. It's by the way, driving wise, it's a really good game. But like when you use the word next gen, I'm like, it, visually, it's just okay. It's not next gen. I think Forza Horizon 5 looks much better than even Forza Horizon 4 looks better than Forza Motorsport, the new one. Being honest, guys, I'm just being honest. And you can play it. You can play all three of them with Game Pass. You can see the difference. So
That's perfectly. You've got a point there, but it's more about the cars and motorsports, and I do say the cars do look better in motorsport.
Visuals gotta play something, man. I mean, hey, I want to see some good visuals, man. I mean, I was just like, man, this is slightly better than Forza Motorsport 7 in terms of visual quality. Not that much.
All right. Well, I haven't touched Forza Motorsport. I hate motorsport, so I never bother with it.
Oh,
I do like
okay.
Horizon though.
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. All right.
Well, I guess we're signing off.
Yeah, I guess so.
Next week, well, before we go, what game do you think we should talk about next week?
What should we talk about?
Yeah,
Oh, this new game that's out, Banishers. Oh, I
old
forgot the
game,
name.
old game. We're going to go with something that's not new. Remember, our game of the week.
Oh,
What do you think our game of the week should be?
oh boy, they give me a tough question right now. You want to just like reflect on Dark Souls Legacy if you want to, or like
We could
how
do
it
Dark
changed
Souls.
gaming?
I've never
Yeah,
actually finished a Dark Souls, but I know enough about it that I can definitely talk about it with you.
we could do that,
I
or
suck
we
at
could
Dark
do.
Souls.
But you beat Elden Ring though, and got all the achievements. So yeah, I mean, yeah, in Elden Ring you can overpower yourself on all that, over level, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Um, and the other game, if you want, like I don't mind talking about it. It's Deus Ex series. So yeah, if you guys want
we
to
could
talk
do
about that,
we could do Deus
yeah,
Ex. Um,
yeah, they can do it.
and we also take a request from our fans if they want us to
Mhm.
talk about a game because most likely I have played it.
Nah, he hasn't played Forza Motorsport, the new one. So yeah,
That's not a sports or racing game.
that's whatever.
I have most likely played it or at least know enough about it. That's the truth.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, man.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
out and we'll surprise you all next week.
All right.
All
Yeah.
right,
Cool,
signing
guys.
off. Take care,
Take care,
everyone.
guys.